conference call. I thank you all of you for attending this session. Please forgive me for interrupting your ecstatic chanting. I would like to read the 10 offenses to the holy names which are to be avoided written by Srila Vyasadeva in the Padma Purana. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. 2. To consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of the Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the orders of the spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. 6. To give some interpretations to the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruity activities, karma kanda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success. Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining the Bhakti Sanga conference call. Today, let us move to next hour section, which is Srimad Bhagavatam. May I know who all joined the call this morning? Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण राधा प्यारी माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय प्रीतिदासी फ्रॉम शार्लोट हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna Preeti Mataji Dhanavad Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna Radha Mataji Dhanavad Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Radha Pyari Mataji, Your Goshala Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Ghana.
Hare Krishna Krishna Kumari Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. This is Pran Govind Das from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna Pran Govind Prabhuji Dhanavad Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Prabhuji for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Radha Priyari Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances unto you and all of the devotees here. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Ekaradhika Lila Devidasi.
Hare Krishna Ekaradhika Lila Mataji Dhanavad Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Mataji
Mataji
Dandavat.
Dandavat Pranam. Okay.
Hare Krishna Shamagauri Mataji. You are in unmute.
I heard somebody was saying.
Now you can unmute Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to Vaishnava devotees. This is Mohini Lakshmi from Detroit.
Hare Krishna Mohani Lakshmi Mataji Dhanavad Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji Dandavat Pranam. This is Joy Das from New York. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Joy Prabhuji Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Prabhuji for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Shamagauri Mataji can try to unmute Mataji.
Okay. We can wait for Prabhuji Mataji.
Okay Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to all the devotees. This is Sushmita from Canada.
Hare Krishna Sushmita Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Shyama Gauri Devi Dasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you so much Mataji for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all you wonderful, wonderful Vaishnavas. Hari Hari Bol. This is Sri Sabanisha Dasi.
Hare Krishna Shri Shivani Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all Guru Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for joining the call. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, welcome to Bhakti Sanga conference call. Today we are fortunate to have His Grace Pran Govind Das Prabhuji to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam 7th canto, 5th chapter, verse 23 to 24 onwards. Hare Krishna Pran Govind Das Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for giving your valuable time and association to us this morning and enlightening on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. Welcome to Bhakti Sanga conference call, Prabhuji. I would like to hand over call to you, Prabhuji. Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna. Am I audible, Mother?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, wonderful. Dear Prabhus and Mothers, I'd like to welcome all of you. Please accept my humble obeisances. Vancha kalpataruvesya kipa sindhuravacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnave. You all are wonderful that you have taken your valuable to hear the conversation of father and son, two extreme, a greatest devotee and a greatest demon. But their conversation established the highest truth in our life. Just 1 second. Sorry, I had another responsibility, so I had to So we are going to begin today with singing. Can you all see what I am trying to show?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, wonderful. So this is topics about Navavidha Bhakti. Eternally there is 9 process of devotional service. And this is a song very common. Everybody knows, I hope. Without looking at it, you can sing. And if you, in case if you want to look at it, I'm just posting it. Bhaja Hure Mana Sri Nandanandana Abhaya Charana Vindare Bhaja Hure Mana Sri Nandanandana Abhaya Charana Vindare Abhaya Charana Vindare Durlabha manava janama sata sange Durlabha manava janama sata sange Taraha e bhava sindhure taraye bhava sindhure abhaya charanara bindare Sita atapa bata varishana e dina jamini jagire Sita atapa bata varishana e dina jamini jagire Bifale se binu Kripana duraja bifale se binu Kripana durajana chapala sukha labala gire chapala sukha labala gire Bhajahure mana Sri Nandanandana Abhaya Charanara Bindare E Dhanajo Bana Putra Parijana Ithe ki ache parati thire E Dhanajo Bana Putra parijana ache parati thire Kamala dala jala jivana tala mala Kamala dala jala jivana tala mala Bhajahu hari padani tire Abhaya charanara bindare bhajahure mana Srinandanandana abhaya charanara bindare abhaya charanara bindare Sravana kirtana smarana bandana Pada sevana dasare Sravana kirtana Smarana bandana Pada sevana dasare Pujana sakhi jana atmani vedana Pujana sakhi jana Atmani Vedana Govinda Das Abhilasare Govinda Das Abhilasare Bhajahure Manam Srinandanandana Abhaya Charanarabindare Abhaya Charanara Bindare Bhajahure Mana Srinandanandana Abhaya Charanara Bindare Abhaya Charanara Bindare Bhajahure mana Srinandanandana Abhaya Charanara Bindare Abhaya Charanara Okay. Dear devotees, can you help me reading the translation? Can you see?
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. May I read the first one?
Sure.
Thank you. Translation. O mind, just worship the lotus feet of the son of Nanda, which make one fearless. Having obtained this rare human birth, cross over this ocean of worldly existence through the association of saintly persons.
Thank you.
Hare
I
Krishna
will-
Mataji. Prabhuji, shall I, Prabhuji?
Yes,
Prabhuji.
yes.
Both, Dandatpranam Prabhuji, both in the day and night, and I remain sleepless, suffering the pains of the heat and cold, the wind and the rain. For a fraction of flickering happiness, I have uselessly served wicked and miserly men. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
I will read that one, Prabhuji. What assurance of real happiness is there in all of one's wealth, youthfulness, sons, and family members? This life is tottering like a drop of water on a lotus petal. Therefore, you should always serve and worship the divine feet of Lord Hari.
Haribo.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna, Prabhuji, I can read.
Yes.
It is the desire and great longing of going. Krishna. I can. Govindas to engage himself in the 9 process of Bhakti, namely hearing the glories of Lord Hari and chanting those glories constantly, remembering him and offering prayers to him, serving the Lord's lotus feet, serving the Supreme Lord as a servant, worshipping him with flowers and incense and so forth, serving him as a friend and completely offering the Lord's one very self. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Can somebody tell me how do you control your mind from this verse? Something scientifically given. If you look at the translation, in order for mind to be subdued or controlled by intelligence, you have to do 2 things. One is negative and positive. When you have both, then mind will be controlled. Very scientific. Thank you. Okay. Now let's go. Oh. Okay, with that note, as Mother Shamagori Devi advised me to serve the 7th canto Okay. Is that visible, everyone?
Yes, Prabhuji, we can
Okay.
see that.
So let us begin today's session. This is from 7th canto, 5th chapter, entitled Prahlad Maharaj, the saintly son, get attacked by his father Hiranyakasipu. So it's a very dialogue form, very nice, between father and son, between greatest devotee and greatest demon, and establish the highest truth in this verse, eternal truth. We can reflect also ourselves. Do we have intelligence? Those who are intelligent, they are called devotee. And you all are intelligent. That's why you all have taken this path, according to Prahlad Maharaj. So let us begin with invoking the mercy of Lord Vasudev, who is the predominating deity of consciousness, by uttering a pranam mantra that will evoke our affection for him, which will make him hopefully to give us a clear vision of his presence in this part of Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritam Naran Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyas Tato Jayamudiraye. Nashtaprayesu abhadresu nitam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati naistaki mukhaṁ karati vācālam pangulangayate girim jati kripatamaham bande Sri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram. So just to have I know most of you, or maybe all of you, do recite this part of Bhagavatam every day. I don't. I do once or twice a week, but every day I do different scriptures. So I have to refresh myself. And any one of you are also need some refresh. So let us have a little preview to come to this verse where we are. So as you all know, that Prahlad Maharaj, a great devotee, he came in the life of Hiranyakasipu as his son.
La bandejita me la pasáis.
Prahlad were sent by his father to Gurukul, and Hiranyakashipu, the greatest demon, till today, even though this happened in Satyuga, but till today, he is the greatest demon. Nobody is as powerful as he was. I mean, unbelievably powerful he was. He wanted, as we all do, send his son to be educated for the future ruler. And Prahlad Maharaj made his father very proud in the beginning. So after some education, when he was brought back to give a report of his learning or education, Prahlad Maharaj was picked up by his father on the lap, and he smelled the head, the body of Prahlad. It's very loving. Loving relationship between father and son. So Hiranyakashipu asked him a question. What is the best subject matter you have learned in school? And Prahlad's very nicely addressed. And it seems like Prabhupada enjoys saying that in a different lecture. That how Prahlad addressed his father not as a father, but greatest demon. That sadhu manne asura varja dehinam, asura varja demon dehinam sada samad vigna dhyam asadgrahat hittatma patam grhyamanda kupam banam gato jet harimashrayet. So Prahlad Maharaj, I'm just giving a brief that, oh, best of the asuras, king of the demon, as far what I learned from my spiritual master, any person who accepted this temporary body and temporary household life is certainly embarrassed by anxiety. Why? Because of his fallen in a dark well where there is no water but only suffering. One should give up this position and go to the forest or Vrindavan more clearly to make your life Krishna conscious. So then, when Prahlad Maharaj mentioned this, Hiranyakashipu was not angry. Even though Prahlad Maharaj mentioned, advised him Krishna consciousness, he was not angry in a sense. He thought, some Hare Krishna people are brainwashing my son.
And some Hare Krishna people are brainwashed my son.
Yeah.
Amen.
So, when Hiranyakasipu was not angry in a sense that someone is brainwashing, then he called Sanga and Amarka. He said, guard my boy in school. Because Hare Krishnas, they come not declaring as a Hare Krishna, brainwashing. I mean, brain is dirty, need to be cleaned. But they come in a disguise form. So they come in a disguise form. Rather, you should teach him politics, diplomacy, dharma, artha, kama, moksha, what this material world is for, sense enjoyment, teach my son. So Sanga and Amarka assured Hiranyakasipu and took away Prahlad. And I'm sure you heard this, you will hear this, and this is part of actually bhakti, to think who is Sanga and Amarka. This type of teachers are there in this world. Sanga means bull. Bull means what? Hard work, plowing the field, or donkey type of mentality. Just work, 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 pile up, money, or more house, 2 house, 5 house, 10 house, like that. I was one of them too. So I could relate easily. And Amarka means no lights, no seeing the truth, just deep down in the darkness. So Prahlad Maharaj, in his experiencing in this life as a preacher, as a devotee, we can relate. When he noticed that his teacher is trying to teach him diplomacy and politics, Prahlad Maharaj reflected. I heard this when my Guru Narad Muni spoke this in my mother's womb. I was there, I was listening, and he said, this world, people either judgmental or sentimental. Judgmental means you are my friend, that guy is my enemy. This guy is my buddy, that guy is I hate him. Like a friend and enemy, this duality filled. So now Prahlad Maharaj is reflecting, aha, I only heard it, I did not. Now the teacher is teaching me, trying to teach me. Then he had a conflict. You know, do you go to conflict, Prabhus and mothers? We go conflict. Conflict was, I want to have a connection with the Lord. I do not want to give up the connection. But at the same time, if I have this duality, it will block the connection. That's why Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada, all the Acharya says, get out of duality. So how should we handle it? Potential. See the potential, they're all devotee, going to be devotee. That's how Prabhupada said himself when he came to America. He did not see the hippies. Not that he did not see, he saw it externally, but internally, he, in his spiritual vision, he saw their potential. That they are all belong to Lord Krishna, Mahaprabhu. So this was Prahlad Maharaj's position. Then Sanga asks, why you are attracted to God Vishnu? Then Prahlad says, well, I am like an iron. And Lord is like a magnet. It's a natural attraction, loving, like a father, mother and the child. Iron to magnet is natural. Sanga, after conversing with him, They were shocked. How Prahlad learned this Hare Krishna culture. Like some people think that now the Hare Krishnas are all over the world. How this happened? Why this happened? And Chandamarka sat down with Prahlad with a stick. So they have their own principle. First, you give a legal advice. If it didn't work, in a counseling, you can pacify by sweet. If that doesn't work, then bribe that person. Give a position or money or temptation, something like that. If nothing works, show them the stick or police or jail, something like that. So it's a very interesting, gradual counseling system. So then Chandamarka, seeing that Prahlad has no interest to learn any of this diplomacy and politics, how to rule the world, exploit the people, they were in a failure side. So they said, you are like a thorn tree, and your father, whole dynasty, is like a beautiful chandan forest. Vishnu going to use you as a handle of an axe and cut down this beautiful forest of sandalwood called Daitya Vangsha or Hiranyakasipu's dynasty. Of course, it's not buzzing to Prahlad. Then they brought some kind of a other process. At one point, they notice, okay, maybe Prahlad is now paying attention to us. Already Hiranyakasipu is worried about his son. We better take him. So they took him to his mother. Mother Kayadu bathed him, cleaned him, put on a nice dress, and they all took Prahlad to Hiranyakasipu in his royal throne. That's where this conversation took place. Hiranyakasipu says, what excellent shiksha you have learned from Gurukul. Prahlad going to, and let us read this very quick. I'm not doing this is the longest purport in entire Bhagavatam, so I'm going to do part of it. I'm sure you heard it previous and future also. You're going to hear these few speakers. So I'm going to recite one time, and then I would like 2 or 3 devotees can recite. Si Prahlad Uvacha Sravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasham Saikamatmani Vedanam Iti Pancharpita Vishnu Bhaktischena Navalakshana Kriyate Bhagavati Adda Tanmanne Adhitam Uttamam. Dear Prabhus and mothers, please recite.
Sri Prahlada Uvacha Sravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dashyam Sekyam Atma Navedamnam Iti Putta Kripta Vishnu Bhaktin Sen Nava Ex Lexana Krityata Bhagavati Yada Tanmanye Aditam Uttamam.
Sri Prahlada Vacha Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atmani Vedanam Iti Pumsarpita Vishnor Bhaktischainavalakshana Kriyate Bhagavatedda Tanmanne Ditamuttamam.
Shri Prahlad Vachya Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atmanivedamam Iti Pumsamrpita Vishnur Bhaktischainavalakshana Kriyeta Bhagavati Yadha Tanyani Ditamuttamam.
Very good. Thank you. How old are you?
Prabhuji, I am Shyama Gauri Devi Das.
Oh my God. You sounded like a little child.
Yes, Prabhuji. Every time she sounds like little child only. Until this Zoom came, I was thinking she is very small girl. Once I saw her face, I know that she is a big, big Mataji.
That's funny. Okay, one more.
Shri Prahlad Uvacha Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smarnam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atmanivedanam Iti Pumsarpita Vishnu Bhaktischannavlakshana Kriyet Bhagavati Adda Tanmane Aditam Uttamam. Hare Krishna.
Very good. Okay, the last one.
Shri Prahlada Uvacha Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atmani Vedanam Iti Pumsarpita Vishnu Bhaktischennavalakshana Krishita Bhagavatyada Tanmane Tamuttamam.
Thank you. Okay. See Prahlad synonyms and translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. See Prahlad Uvacha. See Prahlad Maharaj said, Shravanam, hearing, Kirtanam, chanting, Vishnu of Lord Vishnu, not anyone else. I like that. Not anyone else. Because recently I heard, next week is Shiva Ratri. Somebody said, we have a Shiva Kirtan. They sent me something. Said, what Shiva Kirtan? I never heard Kirtan belongs to Shiva. Smarana, remembering, Pada Sevanam, serving the feet, Archanam, offering worship with Sorosopachara Sorosopachara, the 16 kinds of paraphernalia. Bandhanam, offering prayers, Daishyam, becoming the servant, Shakyam, becoming the best friend, Atma Nivedanam, surrendering everything, whatever one has. Iti, thus. Pungsha Arpita, offered by the devotee. Vishnu, to Lord Vishnu, not to anyone else. Bhakti, devotional service. Chet, if. Navalakshana, possessing 9 different processes. Kiyate, the one should perform. Bhagavati, unto the Supreme Person of Godhead. Adda, directly or completely. Tat, that. Manne, I consider. Adhitam, learning. Uttamam, topmost. Prahlad Maharaj said, hearing and chanting about the transcendental holy name, forms, qualities, paraphernalia, and pastimes of Lord Vishnu, remembering them, serving the lotus feet of Lord, offering the Lord respectful obeisances with 16 types of paraphernalia, offering prayers to the Lord, becoming his servant, considering the Lord one's best friend, surrendering everything unto him. In other words, serving him with the body, mind, and words. These 9 processes are accepted as pure devotional service. One who has dedicated his life to the service of Lord of Krishna through these 9 methods should be understood to be the most learned person, for he has acquired complete knowledge. Now yesterday the speaker read up to, according to Mother Semagori Devi, up to Bandhanam. No, is it? Father say, can someone confirm with me?
Yes, Padasevanam.
Okay, so we are going to do the Archanam today. Would somebody like to read, please?
Haripur. After Padsevanam comes the process of Archanam, worship of the deity. If one is interested in the process of Archanam, one must positively take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master and learn the process from him. There are many books for Archana, especially Narad Pancharatra. In this age, Pancharatra system is particularly recommended for Archana, deity worship. There are two systems of Archana, Bhagavata system and Pancharatriki system. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there is no recommendation of a Pancharatriki worship because in this Kali Yuga, even without deity worship, everything can be perfectly performed simply through hearing, chanting, remembering, and worship of lotus feet of the Lord. Rupa Goswami says, Shri Vishnu Shravane Parikshit Abhavat वैयासखीय कीर्तने प्रह्लाद स्मरणे तत् अंघ्रि भजने लक्ष्मीपत पृथु पूजने.
Okay, sorry, keep on going.
अक्रूरास्व अभिवंदने कपिपतिर्दासेत साखे रुजना सर्वास्वत्मा निवेदने बलिर अभूत कृष्णार्पित एसाम param. Parikshit Maharaj attained salvation simply by hearing, and Sukadev Goswami attained salvation simply by chanting. Prahlad Maharaj attained salvation by remembering the Lord. The goddess of fortune, Lakshmi Devi, attained perfection by worshipping the Lord's lotus feet. Prithu Maharaj attained salvation by worshipping the deity of the Lord. Akrura attained salvation by offering prayers. Hanuman by rendering the service. Arjuna by establishing friendship with the Lord. And Bali Maharaj by offering everything to service of the Lord. All these great devotees serve the Lord according to the particular process, but every one of them attained salvation and became eligible to return home back to Godhead. This is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. It is therefore recommended that initiated devotees follow the principles of Narad Pancharatra by worshipping the deity in the temple. Especially for householder devotees who are opulent in material possession, the path of deity worship is strongly recommended. An opulent householder devotee who does not engage his hard-earned money in the service of the Lord is called a miser. One should not engage paid brahmanas to worship the deity. If one does not personally worship the deity but engages paid servant instead, he is considered lazy, and his worship of the deity is called artificial. An opulent householder can collect luxurious paraphernalia for deity worship, and consequently for householder devotees, the worship of a deity is compulsory. In our Krishna consciousness movement, there are brahmacharis, grihasthas, vanaprasthas, and sannyasi. But the deity worship in the temple should be performed especially by the householders. The brahmachari can go with the sannyasis to preach. The vanaprasthas to preach, and vanaprasthas should prepare themselves for the next status of renounced life, sannyasa. Grihastha devotees, however, are generally engaged in material activities, and therefore, if they do not take to deity worship, their falling down is positively assured. Deity worship means following the rules and.
Can you read that line again? So everybody.
Grihastha devotees, however, are generally engaged in material activities, and therefore, if they do not take to deity worship, their falling down is positively assured.
One more
deity
time.
worship means following the rules. Grihastha devotee, however, are generally engaged in material activities, and therefore, if they do not take to deity worship, their falling down is positively assured. Should I go ahead, Prabhu?
Yes.
Deity worship means following the rules and regulations precisely. That will keep one steady in devotional service. Generally, householders have children, and then the wives of the householders should be engaged in caring for the children, just as women acting as the teachers care for the children in nursery school. Grahastha devotees must adopt Archana Vidhi or deity worship according to the suitable arrangements and directions given by the spiritual master. Regarding those unable to take to the deity worship in the temple, there is following statement in the Agni Puran. Any householder devotee circumstantially unable to worship deity must at least see the deity must at least see the deity worship. One second, where I lost myself. Okay, there is a statement following statement in the Agni Purana. Any householder devotee circumstantially unable to worship the deity must at least see the deity worship, and in this way he may achieve success also. The special purpose of deity worship is to keep oneself always pure and clean. Grihastha devotees should be actual example of cleanliness. Deity worship should be continued along with hearing and chanting. Therefore, every mantra is preceded by the word Namaha. In all the mantras, there are specific potencies, of which Grihastha devotees must Namaha. In all the mantras, there are specific potencies, of which the Grihastha devotees must take advantage. There are many mantras preceded by the word Namaha. But if one chants the holy name of the Lord, he receives the result of chanting Namaha many times. By chanting the holy name of the Lord, one can reach the platform of the love of Godhead. One must ask then, what is the necessity of being initiated? The answer is that even though chanting of the holy name is sufficient to enable one to progress in the spiritual life to the standard of love of Godhead, one is nonetheless susceptible to contamination because of possessing a material body. Consequently, a special stress is given to Archana Vidhi. One should therefore regularly take advantage of both Bhagavat process and Pancharatriki process.
Okay, we can stop
Deity
here for
worship.
now. Okay. Because I don't want to just overboard. Like, there's a lot of things we need to address. First of all, let us offer our Mangalacharan prayers to the lotus feet of our Guru Para, and also begging their mercy. Also, I'm begging mercy of all of you. Please pray for me and bless me so we can repeat something that we heard from our Srila Prabhupada and Guru Parampara that will be aligned with their teachings, that will please the Lord and purify our hearts. Om Ajnanati Mirandasya Genanjana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tashmai Sri Guruve Namah Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Sthapitam Jena Bhute Swayam Rupa Kadam Hayyam Dadati Shapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Pada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanischa Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschatadeshatarine Vancha kalpataruvesya kripa sindhu vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Adaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Rama. What is Pancharatrik or Bhagavad Vidhi, Vedic path? What is the difference and what it is? Is Bhagavad Marg is more important than Pancharatrik? Pancharatrik is deity worship. These are topics that our mind should have clear conception, because we are in a community most of the time. Very rare that somebody is isolated. Well, you can be within the community and be isolated also. But I'm saying in general, you are part of the community, and community, everybody is involved. But we should be fully aware of it. There are two tracks required to walk safely on this spiritual path. How many tracks? Two. Just like a train. 9.30 Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada says, every conditional soul has a two life. Prabhuji and Mother, do you have a two types of life? Did Krishna say that? Yes. He said also last verse on 3rd chapter Bhagavad Gita. He says, Evam buddhe param buddha samstadva atmano atmanam jahi shatru mahabahu kamarupa durashadam. You have a lower self. Each of us. It is Krishna's own opinion. Who knows more than us? Krishna. So Krishna says we have a higher self, we have a lower self. We need to control, discipline the lower self with higher self. Then your journey is over. Journey is not over. I mean, you will be able to conquer the Maya's agent within you called mind. And when you conquer mind, Jitendriya Prashantma Paramatma Sumihita. When you conquer the mind, 6.7 Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, you already reached me when you told the mind. Yeah, it's saying is easy. It's difficult to act on it. Well, first you need a intention. Do you want to control your mind? Or you like flirting with this material world, romanticizing? We are not interested in romanticizing the world or demonizing the world. We are utilizing the world. Belongs to Krishna. So, in order to remain fixed in this spiritual path, we are in a two track. That's why Prabhupada repeated, even, just last few minutes we read, Prabhupada repeated Pancharatrik and Bhagavad Gita. So we should know. Now, Bhagavad Mark, Vedic path is different than Pancharatrik and Bhagavad Gita. Do not mix everything. Vedic Pantha is you are endowed with Sattik quality, goodness, you will take birth in a Brahmana family. That is correct. Pancharatrik Vidhi is different. One is like, for an example, if you say, I want to hear from Bhakti Japa Sanga group, Japa, they do Japa, everyday Harinam, and hearing Bhagavatam, will I not awaken love for God? Yes, you can. Oh, so why do I have to learn about the Pancharatrik? I'll just be 24 hours with Bhakti Japa Sangha group, hear the kirtan, hear the lecture, and I'm going to chant. That's true. That is very important. But you also have to maintain your body, don't you? How do you maintain your body? On the air? Well, I don't know how you offer air to God. But I don't know how many of you ever really think of you can live on air like Dhruva Maharaj. I cannot. I know that. I love prasadam. Krishna provided. So Pancharatrik Vidhi is required where the Archan deities are involved. Is that clear, everybody? Bhagavad Marg is enough. Like Parikshit Maharaj. Did he drink? Did he eat for 7 days? No. Am I going to do that? I don't think so. I mean, at this point in my life, I doubt. I think I will honor the prasadam and drink also, and I will have a sleep also to have a healthy body so I can do more Bhagavad Bhajan. But Parikshit Maharaj did just by hearing, and Shukdev Goswami did just by speaking. Yes, that is possible. Bhagavad Vidhi, there was no deity worship in that case. When Srila Prabhupada came to the West to teach Krishna consciousness, he first introduced the religion in this age, chanting Hare Krishna. That's all he did. In his own private part, where he was cooking, offering it to his... Now, did he offer the food he cooked? Anybody has any idea? You must have read Lilamrita. Did Prabhupada offer every time? Hamsudut Maharaj, very interestingly, when he became sannyasi, so one day Prabhupada just plucked a fruit and after holding it for a few minutes, he started biting. Then Hamsudut Maharaj said, you didn't offer it, Prabhupada. Now, is that a legitimate question or no? Yes, I'm glad he asked. I may not ask because I grew up in an Indian culture. You have a culture like, you don't ask sannyasi or Maharaj what is wrong he's doing. Now, Prabhuji and Mother, if you walk with Prabhupada to a temple and there is a Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's statue or picture, and Prabhupada just walked by, would you tell Prabhupada, excuse me, Prabhupada, you forgot to pay obeisances to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati? Would you do it?
No.
No? You will not do it. So you will tolerate. Did Prabhupada do wrong or not? Mother, Ekaradhika Devi, you said no. So in your mind, you're convinced Prabhupada did right? He just walked by, didn't pay obeisances?
I'm convinced he did right.
Because you have a strong faith on Prabhupada's. So when Hansudud Maharaj, you think he did wrong? Asking him, Prabhupada, you didn't offer this. You just started eating. I will give you the answer, but tell me, did he do wrong?
No, Prabhuji.
Okay, good. Thank you. Actually, I'm glad he asked. Otherwise, we would probably never know. Prabhupada said, I'm a sannyasi. Huh? Deity worship.
So we're going to throw the old ones away now.
Mother
Hare
Rebati,
Krishna, dear
we are
devotees,
ready.
if you unmute for speaking, please mute yourself immediately. It disturbs the class.
Thank you. So, what Hansudut Maharaj asked, a genuine question, because he did not grow up like this. Neither I. Just being born in India doesn't mean you know the rules of a sannyasi. I doubt. I really doubt how many of you really know the rules of a sannyasi. So Prabhupada says, don't you know when Grihastha takes sannyas, what is the transformation? And he gave a whole series. Very nice. One of them he says, Grihastha must worship deity, must follow the rules regulation. But when Grihastha sees no attraction to maintain the family, he feels very emotionally, very much driven to preaching and serving. Then he arranged the family to be taken care by the elder son, oldest son, or some arrangement he will arrange. It's not like you will walk out unless you are Siddhar Swami. Now, I'm begging, don't practice this, but it's good to know. You know, the first commentator of Bhagavatam, that Mahaprabhu by Sridhar Swami, how did he take sannyas? Well, his wife passed away, and he had only one child, and the child was a baby, 6 months old. Where did he live? In a forest. He has an ashram. All of a sudden, his heart started pouring out, feeling emotional experience for the Lord. He started crying, dancing. He said, I must do serious study on Bhagavatam. Wait, there's a baby, 6 months old, no mother. What should he do? This is an extreme example why Mahaprabhu said, actually glorified Sridhar Swami. In Chaitanya Chaitamrita, you'll see. So then what happens? Sridhar Swami is thinking, I want to devote 100% practicing and preaching, practicing and preaching. How do I raise a child? Oh God, Krishna, how did you arrange this? A child is born now, that mother just left, and child is a baby, 6 months. Then all of a sudden, he is trying to understand how God maintained. If you are from India, you had a thatched roof, thatched roof. You may say poverty-stricken family had thatched roof. Or maybe rich people also had. Nowadays, they have a metal roof. But in my village life, I was very short time in India village, and then I moved out. I remember there was a thatched roof. You could hide things in between. So there was a bird nest, and the egg just fell on the ground right in front of Sridhar Swami, and it hatched. And he's thinking, I have a baby here, 6 months, and there is a baby bird. How this baby bird going to survive? And he's observing. Anybody has any idea what baby bird does when they are hatched? They open their beak. Because they don't suck breast milk. So they are looking for some bug. And all of a sudden, Sridhar Swami is watching. Zzz, a little bug going around. All of a sudden, the baby did not even open the eyes. but beaks are open. And all of a sudden, these bugs just went in. And he closed it. Some other natural instinct. The baby just hatched and naturally knows how to close the beak as soon the bugs inside. Sridhar Swami said, wonderful. So God is actually maintaining everything. I don't have to worry. He watched and watched. Little later, the bugs came and went in. He said, Krishna, you have to maintain this baby. I want to completely give my life to study and preach, study and preach. So he walked and walked and walked and walked for an ashram, and he devoted completely. And he became a very wonderful scholar and became a preacher, lover of God. He started preaching, 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 preaching. After some walk, he's preaching everywhere. He's making devotee. Sridhar Swami, the famous Sridhar Swami. I don't know how many of you know this pastime, full pastimes. Like, I didn't even plan for it, but Krishna just reminded me. So I'm just giving you a little anecdote on this. So then what happened? When he was passing by one village, he thought, that looks familiar. Oh, I think I used to live here. I should find out what happened to my child. So the Sridhar Swami walked in the forest. It became a little village, no more forest. A lot of people lives around. He started asking, and everybody said, oh, Maharaj, who are you? He said, there used to be a sannyas, there used to be a person named Sridhar, and he had a baby. Do you know what happened? You will not know what happened. What do you mean? He said, our father will tell. So the children called the father. Father came. They said, how do you know that child? Well, the child is our king. Excuse me? The child is the king? You mean the king of this country? Say, yes. How did it happen? He said, well, you need to come to the king to know this. He will narrate the story. Because king already made the order. Nobody tell the history how I became the king. If you ever see a mendicant comes here, some of the 6-month-old child grew up and found out that his father was a mendicant or a sadhu. Say, please guide that person to come to the palace. So he goes there, and the information went that there is a sannyasi came to see you, my lord, the king. King arranged a big welcoming party and bathed his, wash his feet, and did a achman and everything, and arotik and everything was wonderful. And then he said, who are you? Please reveal to us. He said, I have to tell the truth. I did something not appropriate, but I could not control my emotion that Lord has pulled me. And I went for a sannyas life and preach. I wanted to know what happened to that child. Because I gave my life to Krishna, I'm sure Krishna has protected. But the villager told me to ask you. Then he fell full dandavat to the sannyasi. He said, I am that child, your son. How did it happen? Of course, they gave a hug. Now, Prabhus and mothers, I'm not saying you do that, act like this, unless you have that kind of shelter. So then he says, the king went for hunting, and king did not have any child. In the forest, king got thirsty, and he did not have any water. He ran out of the water the minister was carrying. Then he sent the minister, find some sages here, anywhere, knows where the drinking water. They found this under little thatched house, babies crying and crying and crying, screaming, and nobody is there. He comes back, he said, my Lord King, there's a baby crying, but nobody is answering. It seems like nobody is there. I don't know what happened to the parents. I have no idea. King said, put a note there and bring the baby to the palace. That whoever is responsible, parents, should contact the king to claim your son. And tell the village, of course, there was no villager at that time, but he told the neighborhood that in case the person who lives in that forest, they left the child like this, they should be guided to come to the palace. And the king has the child. So that's the end of the story, how he became. So Prabhupada said to Hansadut Maharaj, sannyas means when you are so strictly following as a grihastha that nothing you eat without offering. And through the offering, I'm going to tell you, because this verse also has a very secret thing, that offenses I supposed to discuss, but I'm going to give you the result of the offenses, what you can do to get out of the offenses. That is very important. Well, first let's discuss what are the offenses. So I'm going to give you what I understood from Prabhupada's conversation with Hansadut Maharaj. We have our internal offenses. We have our unknowing offenses. We have our, you can say, inadvertent offenses. You can say deliberate offenses. Meditate before you meditate. Then learn how to tolerate. Be aware of your circumstance. Learn to acceptance, importance, and transcendence. So I made a little note and I'm going to share to you what it means. Internal offenses. Now, should we remember all these offenses? Yes. But if you do not focus on your destiny, purpose of life, that you want to develop love for Krishna, all these rules, regulation become suffocation, restriction. But when you focus on the purpose, you see the rules, regulation as a protection. It's a fact. I was starving to death 35 years back in my business life. I knew I should not eat on Ekadashi Day anything grain. But I remember one time I broke in my life. I still regret that. But I could not help it. I was so hungry and my stomach was like almost like fainting, and I was on the road in California. And I remember I broke Ekadashi and I bought something and ate. There was nothing in that road on that journey. So, and it gives me a big kickback now, that how horrible it was, that why did I do it? I don't know. Well, I did reflect. Internal offense means they're negative, unfavorable thought we may harbor against others. We may neither express nor act on them. I don't care. That's how I felt. Not that I don't care anymore. Oh, I do care. They don't yield any reaction per se. But nevertheless, dangerous, because they are often the beginning of bigger things, Prabhus and mothers. Lingering thought tend to manifest in words and action. This is internal offense. Next one is unknowing offense. What is unknowing offense? These are offensive acts which manifest without one intending to. Which one is completely oblivious to? Someone is offended by us, we don't even know. Such offenses go unseen from our perspective. But the fact that others have been affected means there will be a reaction in our life. If you go through tough time, don't ask anybody. Correct yourself, Prabhu's and Mother. Yes, you should have a mentor, not on your own. Definitely. But you earned it. It sounds very harsh, but it's the truth. I have earned for all the trouble that I'm going through or I went through. Inadvertent offenses, sometimes we act in a ways where we inadvertently offend someone. Seeing their disapproval, we can always seek clarity and forgiveness. In this way, resolve any issue before they manifest into something bigger. As a devotee, always ready to take the humble position and apologize when necessary. Deliberate offenses, these are most severe of all, where we intentionally speak or act in a way which causes others to become agitated or disturbed. If we remember 4 things every day and 5 manifestation of the Lord, I don't know how many of you read the rest of the purport of this sloka. On the Archana, there's 3 sets of offenses. And I was thinking, like, if we read all the offenses, it will be depressing, but it's a fact. So what is the remedy? I'm talking to someone in the temple, all of a sudden I burped. Oh, I offended. Oh, I went inside the temple without knocking the door or alarming. Hare Krishna, my Lord, I'm here. I didn't even say, I just, how many of you see? Maybe none of you see. I see sometime. Devotee comes, paid obeisances to Prabhupada, does not even look at his murti so much. Prabhu, are you judgmental? Are you looking at this way? No. I do look at my own heart and then I see also, and I like to help. Offering water in the Tulasi. Is she a person? Tulasi Devi is a person? Or it's just a plant? You're supposed to water, you don't have to talk to the tree or you just water and walk by. If Tulasi Devi was really a female form there, would you just walk by or you say, Hare Krishna, Mother Tulasi Devi, nice to see you. Here is some offering. Because she has a plant form, the impersonalism is within us. Or maybe it's just my perception. I see this. I see this. Then there is the deliberate offenses. These are the most severe of all. When we intentionally speak or act in a way which cause others to become agitated or disturbed, such transgression is the polar opposite of what Krishna explained when he says, a devotee is he by whom nobody is put into difficulty. Prabhu's and Mother, Bhagavad Gita 12.15. Can someone read it? I don't have it in front of me, but I could go online, or if you have access, 12.15c, Krishna says like that. You never give trouble to anyone or put in difficulty. Then you are devotee. Though we can always justify our acts and argue that others are being unreasonable, a devotee is extra careful. I'm sure you all are. We should cultivate that. It's so important. If we see each one of these offenses, though they vary in severity, they all have their root in lack of sensitivity. In spiritual life, as we attempt to make the shift.
Prabhuji, 12.15.
Okay,
Shall I read,
go ahead,
Prabhuji?
Mother. Sure.
Hare Krishna. Yasmin nadvijeti loko lokan nadvijeti chaya harsa marsa vayo gigi mukto yasa cha me praya. Purport, the translation, he for whom no one is put into difficulty and who is not disturbed by anxiety, who is steady in happiness and distress, is very dear to me.
Would you like Krishna to say, you are very dear to me, my dear, I love you? This is the verse. So we have to remember, in order for Krishna to tell us, I love you, we have to be sensitive to others' feeling, others' existence in our life. I mean, it's a reality. Sometimes, I'm sorry, why I'm giving all this, you may feel like, my God, what kind of class? He's just chastising us, or he's like heavy. No, I'm talking to myself. Happen to be you all here. That's all. I'm not talking to you. I'm just talking to myself to correct myself. How many times I went in front of the deity and think this is Krishna? I went in front of the deity. Okay, here's a red turban, not blue today. Okay, what's the next? Okay, there's the Mahaprabhu. Oh, he has a yellow turban. Is he a person, or I'm looking at the turban? You know what is impersonalism? They are not devotee. What is impersonalism? Means we don't treat the other person as a person, but treat them. Treat the other person as an object. Today, the deity doesn't have much dress anyway. Yesterday was not much dress. Today, wow, they have a nice turban, they have a lot of necklaces like this. Is the deity is Krishna a person or an object for me, my eye to see it? Very important, very important. Why did Prabhupada put in a purport that when a person goes in front of deity, he does not pay attention to each limbs of the deity. Prabhus and mothers, ask yourself, how many times you went and you're looking at the toenail, Nikhila Sutimoli Ratnamala Duti Nirajita Pada Pankajanta. Oh, from his toenail, the emanation of all this Brahmajyoti coming. Mother Sachimata saw it. She thought, what's wrong with my son? Some effulgence coming. Then she rubs her eye, and then Jogamaya covered. All the knowledge, all the Purana Veda came from this toenail. Nikhila Sruti Mauli Ratnamala Duti Nirajita Pada Pankaj Anta. Oh, they painted a red color on Lord's painting. Okay. That's it. Next deity. This is a person. This is a substance. This is not just a form. This is a person. Because offenses will disappear when we develop love. Otherwise, knowing all the offenses will not be enough. We must know, definitely. I don't know if I will have a time to read all this, but next speaker, tomorrow's speaker, will, or Monday. All that glitters is not gold, Prabhupada says. Such saying, which are present in almost every human culture, highlight a vital reality in this world. Prabhuji and Mother, form does not always reflect substance to most of the people that come in front of the deity. Most of them. I did investigate also myself. And it helped me a lot because I was one of probably lowest viewer of the deity. Attraction to form can distract from substance and leave us deluded. When we get attracted to good-looking person walk by, I'm talking to myself, I see what happened. I want to look at that person again. Oh, she was so beautiful. Oh, he is so handsome. Let me look at again. Do I know that person's character? No. Do I know that person's nature? It could be a murderer. You know, Ravana, how beautiful he was? He was very handsome, attractive. You know how many grandchildren he had? Through so many wives. How many children he got? Shwalak, 125,000. We only talk about Mandodari and Indrajit, Meghnad, just one mother, one son. But he had 125,000. How? Because he was so handsome and he would sing. Some ladies would fall in love with Ravana. That's how he got all this. But what was his character? Horrible, demon. Show me one picture of Kongsa looks ugly. I did research also on that. He was a beautiful, handsome boy, a young boy. If you happen to be a close friend of Ugrasen or Padma Devi, you would also carry the baby. You have no idea he's the biggest demon. He looks cute. When we get attracted to good-looking people, we have to think. To really know a person, we need to see beyond the form to the substance. But for the ultimate reality, Krishna, form and substance are non-different. If we conceive some substance beyond his form, we gravitate toward an impersonal conception. This is our main disease. All these anarthas, all these offense coming from where? Prabhus and mothers, if you really focus, there are many definitions. One of the definition, I'll tell you what I think in my head from one slok I found, that offense or say namaparad, I put it that way. Uttering a name that we call namaparad, I'm chanting name, but you say it is namaparad. Why? It's consciously made in my heart with enmity. Aparad means not only apagate Radha, going away from the service, going away from Radharani. Yes, that is also there. That's esoteric. But deep down to my level to understand that I am consciously creating an image of a person that I don't like or I hate. I'm consciously making with enmity. That's why it is aparad. So how can we best approach Krishna's form and substance, deity? Initially, when we perceive him as a deity, the form is the way to the substance. It helps us visualize and remember. Worship the ultimate reality. As we evolve spiritually, we realize and relish that the form is the substance. Appreciating Krishna as both the form and the substance will enable us to direct our longing for beauty, love, joy towards him. And you'll feel a greatest fulfillment within you, the highest enlightenment within you. So I'm looking at the time also. In our material condition sadhaka form, we need to go beyond the form to perceive the substance. We should focus on 64 quality of Krishna, 8 types of manliness, 4 kind of heroic, Dhira Lalita, Dhira Uddata, like this, Dhira Shanta. All these details. More we focus on Krishna's quality, characteristics, reciprocation. We will go beyond the form to perceive the substance. In the spiritual domain, the form is the substance and is also the way of substance. So I will, I don't know how time is going by so quick. I'll just tell you something I learned. If you can just remember few things, that will be very good. You know, like question like, is the worshipping deity, all these rules, regulation is for the Prabhu Kanishta Adhikari, less intelligent, and we become advanced Madhyam Adhikari, Uttam Adhikari, we give up the deity worship? No. So what is the understanding on that? Well, let us discuss few things, very simple way. One is, whenever you see the Lord, whenever you see the deity form, you think few things. First, Lord is always in Golok Vrindavan. He is not in the material world. He is always in the Golok Vrindavan. When I have taken shelter of a person who has so much love for the Lord descent. Golokanam nijadham nitalesha tasya devi mahesha haridhameshu teshu teshu te prabhachaya vihitasya jena govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. We should always think like this, that Bhagavan is not here in my room, in my altar. He is in Golok Vrindavan. Very mercifully, by my Gurudev's love for him, he descending from Para platform, so that's first, Buho platform, second, Vaibhava platform, third, Antarjami platform, then Archa Murti. These 5 meditation Ramanujacharya suggest. They do. Most of our deity worship, believe or not, Satya Sardipika, Archana Deepika, these are actually Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Sri Sampradayas, mostly. Prabhupada said his Guru Maharaj in Adilila Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila chapter 10, he said Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur took 108 things from Ramanuja Sampradaya. So these 5 features we should always remember. Para, Buha, Vaibhava, Antarjami and Archa. Now I'm going to tell you, you have to do 4 things to escape, not escape, consciously avoiding the offenses. 4 things has to be in our heart. What is it? I am a servant of Krishna. Jibe shakshat nahi tati guru chaityarupe. Not possible to connect Krishna in my conditional life. But he is extremely merciful. He sent his friend, intimate associate in my life as a guru, as my guru. Because his mercy, you should really think about it. Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote a whole song about it. Tabani jan kono mahajane pathaya dile tumi. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is crying that you have sent your intimate associate in my life to deliver me. So this is one. It's called Sholabha. Accessibility. You don't have access, but it is given by the mercy. Second is Shoshilla. Shoshilla means excellence of disposition. When I am in a problem, struggle, Lord, I can go to the deity and talk. Srila Prabhupada says 1975. Now all your problem is over. Devotees are looking. Problem is over. He said, because Krishna Balaram is here, you should go and say, this is the exact word Prabhupada used. My dear sir, these are the struggle, challenges I have in my life. Please help me. So you must have a deity, reciprocate. Prabhupada said, you can talk to Krishna and say, my Lord, I have this problem, challenges, please. Talk to him, talk to him, talk to the Lord, talk to the Lord. This is called Soshilla. Swamitta, accept his guidance, depend on him, is that quality that the Lord gives every soul, that he will take care of him. He will fulfill the desire. Be very careful. Dhruva Maharaj got the Lord through that, but his whole idea of coming to the Lord for enjoying the bigger kingdom. So you're going to end up of getting some material facility. Correct yourself, correct yourself, correct yourself. Only seva. How can I please? Give me that mood that pleases you. And then the fourth one is vatsalya, tenderness. Is that quality of the Lord by which he puts the end of the devotee's trembling when he thinks of his shortcomings. Think of so many beautiful pastimes. Kashishwar Pandit, he said, Mahaprabhu, I'm not going to Vrindavan. I want you to go to Rupa Goswami and help him. He just opened the, discovered Radha Govinda Ji. I'm not leaving you. I'm not different from Radha Govinda. Yes, Prabhu, but I'm not leaving you. Okay, take my deity. Mahaprabhu just touched his heart, and the deity came out from his heart and put the deity, a little deity. Kashishwar Pandit said, I'm not going. Deity can go. I'm not going to stay with you. And Mahaprabhu walked out, deity saying, you think I'm not real? Oh, who is speaking? Mahaprabhu is not here, but who is speaking? Oh, you think I'm not Mahaprabhu? Just because I'm a little different size in a deity form? You are speaking. Yes, I am Mahaprabhu that you call. Now, can we go to Vrindavan? Let's go. Of course, yes, yes. You can have a conversation like Kashishwar Pandit had, like Loknath Goswami had. So many examples in our Ganga Mata Goswamini. The Lord is saying, the Brahmana left me outside your room and you are not. Who is speaking? I'm speaking in a basket. I'm starving for a few days, no food, and you think you are doing bhajan for me and not feeding me. Her ideas changed. She was not going to worship deity. No, of course, I'll take care of you. We can focus on this. When we come in front of deity, Prabhu, you are reciprocating with others. Why not with me? Make me eligible. I want to talk to you. Why can't I have access of Golok Vrindavan right here? Where is Golok Vrindavan? It's not a physical location. It's a level of consciousness. Jedino grihe golok dekhi, grihe, no, jedino grihe bhajan dekhi, grihete golok bhaya, charana sidhu dekhi aganga, sukhana sima paya. Bhaktivinoda Thakur saw Golok Vrindavan in his room. You read Adilila chapter 5, text 18. It says, where is Golok Vrindavan? Everywhere. Would you like access before you leave this body? You can, by the mercy of Prabhupada. Okay, I'll end here. We have a few minutes. I'm sorry, there was a lot of things to be said about this purport. I really adore, appreciate Bhakti Japa Sangha group. They break down this purport. This is so beautiful purport. And I'm sorry, Mother Shama Gauri Devi, I did not even go to the offense. I was like scared.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very enlightened class today. Very beautiful, Prabhuji. I'm requesting devotees, if anybody have any questions, please raise hands or you can unmute and talk with Prabhuji.
Or any takeaway, or any reflections.
Yeah, any reflection also.
Yeah. If not, I'm going to call out. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
For me, it's really important that you said, I think that we go into that mechanical way sometimes with the deity. And when you talked about Tulsi Maharani, you said we go into the impersonalism. It's a reminder, do not become mechanical, that we are so loving with the devotees, and then sometimes we can not have those same loving interactions with deity or Tulsi Maharani. Like, oh, the devotees are here, I need to feed the devotees. But then we might think, okay, the deities, can go without one meal. But Tulsi Maharani maybe can go without water today or something like that. So just that reminder that how terrible it is, like if we treated a devotee like that, if they were in our home. And so that's really important for me to know that the Lord is always in Goloka. Just like going back to the Brahman, to the knowing those things, and like when you said accepting his guidance and depend on him, and like just think of the beautiful pastimes of the Lord. All of those things I think that I'm gonna be thinking about. It was not an easy class because it's so complex and it has so many parts. So I'm gonna have to go back to the class and watch again and get more, because there's so much important things here, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Krishna Bandharagini, Prabhuji, please go ahead with your question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. I seriously needed this class. Thank you so much. I think it was just Krishna's arrangement. I just popped into this class. And actually, I have deities at home, and I was facing these issues. Like sometimes we need, like the knowledge will be there at the back of the head. Okay, fine, they're not just, idols. They're actually deities, Krishna Swarup only. But but sometimes we need someone who needs to tell it to us. So I think it was today. Actually, I have one query. Like, I have deities at home, and like before, I didn't have much obstacles to kind of worship them. So I would put on kirtan in front of them, and I would do many things. But now the situation has turned a little unfavorable. I'm kind of pressurized. Like I cannot really serve my deities as how I would do before. So the only thing I can really do is like chant in front of my deities. I do my few of my rounds in the early morning in front of my deities. So is that all right?
Yes, yes. You know, even if you meet Krishna face to face, until we are really ready, completely in love, when you have time, please read Bhagavatam 10.23.33. Krishna told, Savana darshana dhena mai bhavo anukirtana. I love that verse. I mean, many verses I love. This is one of the verses that imagine all these Dija Patnis, they went to Krishna, they are conversing with Krishna. Krishna says, to actually develop love for me, meeting is not enough. You have to go back, worship my deity. I was like, wow. Prabhus and mothers, be in love with deities. Whichever deity you have in your house or community, temple, be in love. This is Krishna. You read it. Krishna says, you must chant, must see my deity every day. I was like, wow. Those who have deity, thank you. I'm sure you have love for them. Otherwise, you would not worship like this. That's very nice. Thank you, Mother, for reflecting.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Namanand Chaitanya Prabhuji, please go ahead with your question, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam all the devotees. Prabhuji, I agree with both of the Matajis. Yes, sometimes we are in the rush, especially in the morning when we are doing morning puja, like sometimes just saying the mantra, not paying much attention, or looking into what deity is wearing, or like we should talk to deity, and also we should see where the deity is and like where the Lord Krishna is, Golok Vrindavan. That is a wonderful reminder, Prabhuji. And also, that also touched my heart, like when we see something Prabhupada is doing, like not offering without, like eating without offering, or like not offering obeisances to his Gurudev. But we have to always think that Prabhupada is a like direct representative of Krishna, and his Guru is always with him. So there should not be any question in our mind at all. We have to always think that. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, back to you.
Very good, very good. Actually, Prabhupada offered that fruit. He told to Hansudut Maharaj, I'm a sannyasi, I carry deity in my heart. Grihastha carries deity in their altar, in the house. Sannyasi means carrying deity in their heart. Sannyasi does not eat without offering. Sannyasi also has an altar, but in their heart. Otherwise, why they are taking sannyasi then? If the deity is not established in their heart. So that's very good point. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Sushilpa Madhavarapu. Mataji, please go ahead with your question, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Mataji, thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam Prabhu. I just wanted to share reflections, Mataji. I don't have a question. Prabhuji's class is always enlightening. Something new every time. So I wanted to share 3 points that part of the realization, Grihasthashram, devotees who are in Grihasthashram, deity worship is the must, else will fall down for Maya. So that's one. And second, initially it would be the form that we would get attracted to, and later it's the substance of the Lord. The form actually takes to the substance, eventually takes to the substance, and later, with my sincerity and love for Krishna and Krishna's mercy, I'll get to know that form and substance are one at the same. But eventually, that's one other realization, Prabhuji. The third one, Golok Vrindavan, is not just a location, but the level of consciousness, level of my consciousness. So it's everywhere. It's not just at one place or so forth, but it's everywhere. to my level of consciousness to act upon that situation. Krishna reveals himself at that place.
Yeah.
These are my takeaways, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mother Sushilpa Devi. Very nice.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna Shukakara Prabhuji. Krishna Prabhuji, please go ahead with your question, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Radha Perimate. Thank you very much for the given chant to me. Pran Govind, you are my pran. When I see you, I really get my life because the classes are exemplary classes. Ato bhalo bolen, I just wait for your class. Acha, Prabhuji, I just want to know one thing I like this 10.23.33 you told no, to read, where Prabhupada has told for to love the deities.
10.23, 10 dot, how do you say, 10.23.33. Yeah, it starts with Sravana, Darshana, Dhena, Mai, Bhava, Kirtana. We want to awaken love, but Krishna says to awaken love, you have to worship deity. Look at
Prabhu,
the deity.
I got deity, I got initiated from Japa Maharaj in 1993. So I got a wonderful Laddu Gopal and Gaur Nitai. It's almost like 31 years.
Wonderful. You can join in Mother Joshoda's camp to help her.
No, I'm just struggling devotee Maharaj, Prabhuji. So what I'm asking is, now I went to Vrindavan and I really started loving Radha Raman. This is a new deity I'm having.
Wonderful. This is, oh wow, look at that, so beautiful.
So Radha Raman somehow I love so much, I don't know why. Because I like the Gopal, but the all Goswamis are great. The Radha Raman somehow sometimes is smiling, something open the teeth, not open the teeth. So these three. So what you told that you should start loving deities. You just tell me, you told Goloka is everywhere. So I'm really looking for something, but can you open the secret? You told such a great thing. You told Goloka is everywhere. Can you just
Did not
expand
say,
on that?
the Mahaprabhu saying, can somebody open Chaitanya Charitamrita 5th chapter, text 18? How the verse goes, let's see. Upari ada bepiya che ananta ashima. Sarvaga ananta bibu Krishna tanu sama. Something like that. Yes, I think so. Sarvaga ananta bibu Krishna tanu sama. Upari ada bepiya che ananta ashima. That Golok Vrindavan is not a physical location. Look at somebody. So yes, Sarvaga ananta bibu Krishna tanu sama. Upari ada bepiya che. Mother, you can read it.
Prabhu,
Okay,
this is Adi
Prabhuji.
Leela. Adi Leela.
Yeah, Adi Leela Prabhuji. Like the transcendental body of Lord Krishna, Gokula is all pervading, infinite, and the supreme. It expands both above and below without any restrictions.
Yeah. It is everywhere, but at the same time, our love will cause it to manifest. Otherwise, not.
How to love, Maharaj? I'm not getting the point. How to love? I'm doing Mangalarti, but not able to love. We are seeing our children more than that. We know Krishna is the best. So much we are reading Bhagavatam and all. But really, because I'm not seeing him, I'm not touching him, I have to love him. I like Bhagavatam, but I'm not getting the taste of chanting. So you are such a elevated Vaishnava, you are a pure devotee. Can you
Hare
just
Krishna.
give some tips, Prabhuji, please?
Prabhuji,
I'm begging you at your feet. I'm begging you.
you know, think of Srila Prabhupada's conversation with Upendra Prabhu is in the Veda base, 1968. Upendra Prabhu says, I grow up, he's a Western body, I grow up as a father and son, God's relationship. But now through you, I'm learning. This is 1968 in San Francisco. So now I'm learning I can be lover of God. I like that. I want to be lover of God. Prabhupada did not dismiss. Prabhupada, I love the way Prabhupada said. Prabhupada said, keep on practicing. When your devotional practice will mature, it will manifest the highest thing that you are aspiring for. If you are not advancing, you would not even ask that question, how can I advance? Need and supply, more negativity is there, it attracts positive. More I need, thus help will come. So I want you have the greed you have in me also, because Krishna will reveal everything to you. But I want also that greed what you have now, so I can also experience that Krishna's gift.
Bless me, Prabhu, bless me. I think
I'll pray for you, definitely.
Bhagavad Gita chapter 12 from 13 to 20, 8 verses, 38 qualities are given. All the 38, I think, if we manifest in ourselves, then Krishna will come. But that is not happening all. Somewhere missing always. Thank you.
You are very humble. You are very humble. Prabhu, I'll
Thank you so
definitely
much.
pray for you. I'll definitely
Thank
pray
you, Pran Govind Das Prabhu. I am your servant at your lotus feet. I want to wash your legs and drink. Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Krishna, Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Rohini Kumar Balram Prabhuji, please go ahead with your question, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dhanvar Pranam. Prabhuji, your class is always, very classical. I say it's so nice, always, as well. Prabhuji, I have one question. I work in the field, and it's very hard for me, in the field to properly follow, all proper guidance. There is for me not possible. At home we have a DD. Even at home, sometimes I feel I'm not. When I come home, I feel I'm not properly, serving DD. Prabhuji, please guide me. How can I manage my spiritual life in the field and as well at home? Hare Krishna.
So you have a family member. Krishna has sent you so much help. If we can start seeing our family member as a Krishna's representative helping you do the deity worship, you will get that benefit. While they are worshipping, your wife is worshipping, you will get benefit. I'm sure you do that. If you respect, treat her not as a, let's put it this way. If we treat the family member as a devotee first, before wife and husband, devotee, then my duty in such a way, I'm not bragging about it, Prabhu, but I see with my own sons, 2 sons, they're wonderful devotee. And I pray for them also. I act in such a way that they should see that I am happy. And I am happy in spiritual life. Otherwise, how they will learn to be happy? When you are happy in spiritual practice, the family member will take it as their. Now, you may say, well, should I practice artificially? No, not artificially. Happiness has a different criteria. First, you make a decision. Your intention, your action, your absorption. So different criteria. Can't we make a decision? I want to be happy in Krishna consciousness. Why not? It is not a happiness of eating ice cream or something material. It is spiritual. Then when we make the decision and we thrive into that, actually I see that within heart you feel like this is supposed to happen. It's okay. I don't have to be affected by the bad things. I can remain happy. Circumstances may not be grateful, but I can remain grateful in every circumstances. If you look at that view, that person who attacked Prabhupada night before ISKCON started, next day in a morning walk, Prabhupada noticed that same person lying on the beach with the others. He said, are you okay? That person just got up and ran and ran. Now they asked, what happened, Prabhupada? Say, it's okay, the lost soul, they are going here, there. He didn't even say anything that this guy last night attacked me. Was Prabhupada artificially trying? No, he actually see that these are fallen souls. I need to help them. If he was a judgmental, I doubt that person would come. Prabhu, if you think like this Mataji, who became a devotee now, after 50 years, there was no ISKCON, but Prabhupada would go by himself to do the shopping. Radhanath Maharaj met her. And in a corner store, Prabhupada put all the vegetable, whatever he needed. He is the shopper. He is a cutter. He is a cook. He is everything at a certain point in life. And after filling up the cart, he comes to the cash register. You heard that story from Radhanath Maharaj. It's a wonderful story. The cash register girl, those days, old days, they punch the number. The electronic something already showing how much. So it says $7.50. So then girls tell to Prabhupada, $7.50. Prabhupada said, yes, I can read. So he had on his Uttariya, Uttariya, there was a little nuts. Nowadays, nobody carries. Probably in the village, they still have a nuts. They keep the money, everything is like a little nuts. So he opened the nuts. He didn't have a wallet. He takes out $2 and he says, this is more than anybody will give you. Now, this is a Western American girl looking at Prabhupada, old Indian gentleman, dressed like a monk. She could have do so many things. She could have called the security guard. I was talking to Radhanath Maharaj about it. She could have security guard, this man doesn't have money, he wants to take it. No, she's asking Prabhupada, $7.50. Prabhupada said, yes, I know how to read. Okay. He opened his wallet. Wallet means is a little nuts, like what they call git, with the Uttariya. He opened it, untie it, take out 2 quarters. He said, okay, this is more than anybody will give you. Now in America, we bargain or not, whether Prabhupada knew or not, I don't know. But Prabhupada is saying $7.50 and he gave $2 before, now he's giving 50 cents more. He said more than anybody will give you. So she smiled at Prabhupada. She said, wait, 1 minute. She went down the register, in her purse, she had a bag, and took out $5. $5 in 1966 is a lot of money. She said, I am giving for you. She opened the cash register, put her money for Prabhupada. He said, now you can go. And she smiled. Of course, nothing happened. After 50 years now, she's chanting and she cries. She said, I could not believe this man is the founder of a big, peaceful society. Can we all act like this towards others? We will uplift our consciousness easily. So this is your chance, Rohini Prabhu. How you family and friends, you will serving the deity that way. Not necessarily serving deity means holding the bell and offering the incense. Serving deities are 5 ways. I'm just going to go in a very short, not details. Abhigaman. Abhigaman means if you are shopping, if you are making some money for the family who is serving the deity, you are already pujari. Pujari is not only in the altar. I hope everybody understand that. So that's called Abhigaman. Second is person who cooks. He is also pujari for the deity, or cleaning the dress or making the dress, dressing the deities. Those who comes to temple and sing, they are also pujari. Those who gives harikatha, like Bhakti Japa Sanga group, they are all pujaris. Every day they are doing this puja. Sravanam Kirtanam. So like this, the Ramanujacharya says 5 types of pujari, not just the one who is burning incense in the altar, but they're all pujaris. They equal right they get. So you are already Pujari, Prabhu. Does that make sense, Prabhu?
Yeah, it's a lot makes sense, Prabhuji. I have asked you one question, but you gave even pastime of Srila Prabhupada. I'm so fortunate to have these all the answers from you, Prabhuji. You are so kind. The one thing only I little bit upset with that is here is recording stopped already. So I don't know why you are still there and we have question answer going on. And other devotees could have benefited from this so nice your answers and questions from devotees, but I don't know why this recording stopped. Still you are
Krishna
there.
Prabhuji, recording is stopped, but YouTube live is going on, Prabhu, because recording will not go
Okay.
if it is 2 hours. It will not go on WhatsApp, Prabhuji. So that's why I have
Okay.
to stop exactly at 8 o'clock recording. More than 2 hours, I
But
cannot put it on WhatsApp.
so that means Mataji in the YouTube it is coming, right?
Yes, live is
Okay,
going.
thank
Live
you. Okay,
never be stopped until the
so
class
I didn't.
ends.
Okay, I didn't know
Yes.
that, Mataji. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Mataji,
yeah.
for the information.
Thank you, Prabhuji,
Yeah,
for your
yeah.
question.
I'm very sorry for that. Because I thought it's not even coming in the YouTube. So, Prabhuji, my dear wife Andana Gopika is here, and she has a question.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Dhanat Pranam Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I have one question. Prabhuji, you were just sometime our spiritual master, they don't recommend put the deities at home, and for the beginners means how should we tell the new people means put the deities means how long they have to wait. Some people that they are very good to put deities at home. I don't know how we can tell the people. Prabhuji. Means how we can say it's necessary to put deities for the devotee from the beginning, or what is the system, Prabhuji?
One Gurukuli girl asked me many years back, how come all the incarnation appear in India? Why not in America? I said, why did I come to your house? Can you tell me? What do you mean? I said, well, I'm in your house. Am I not? Yeah. Why did I come? Well, my husband and me, we invited you. I said, exactly. In India, there are saintly sages for ancient time, thousands of years, who invites God to come. So, Krishna, whoever invites, Lord, will come. Now in America, by the mercy of Prabhupada, all these devotees, they have an altar. Whether it's a Western or Eastern, doesn't matter. They have an altar. Why? Because they're inviting. So similarly, if you prepare a new person with that idea that who God is, and he or she will make an offering, my Lord, please come to my house, then arrangement will be done. It is not a showpiece doll. It is a personality who will come. If you educate them, mother, with who Krishna is, tell them about 64 qualities, nectar of devotion, filled with this. 8 kind of personalities, 6 types of heroic quality. Who would not love to marry this person, Krishna? I mean, Prabhupada met this playboy. You know, playboy is a bad way to look at it. But that was Jayanta Maharaj, Jayanta Prabhu. He was a playboy in France. So Indradumna Maharaj and they went in a morning walk. They introduced, because he was very popular, Jayanta Prabhu. Everybody knows him as in a Karmi world, playboy. You know, playboy is like a, I don't know in India what they call, or they have a Playboy magazine. So Prabhupada said, oh, what does that mean? He said, well, he is very well known, attractive. He attracts the girl. So Prabhupada started speaking. After that, he says, but I don't have any attraction for God. Prabhupada said, do you have attraction for anything? Say, yes, girls and flower. Okay. Then Prabhupada says, find out what is in the girl and flower that attracts you. That is Krishna. He educated him. Today he is a sannyasi. He's a guru. I mean, not guru. He's a sannyasi. He's a French devotee. And Prabhupada literally told him to study and learn the quality of Krishna. And then you know what he did next day? He met him again and he came. He came and met Prabhupada. Prabhupada says, so I asked you yesterday to tell all your girlfriend that this boy Krishna will never cheat you. I will cheat you all. And that Maharaj told me, he said, I thought Prabhupada was joking, but he was serious. He really wants me to tell all my girlfriends. So I went out and I told them, and then I joined to the movement. So if you tell them about Krishna's quality, let them get greed to have Krishna in their house. Then Krishna will appear there in their house. Prabhupada says that, are they reading my book? He says, yes. Then they're my disciples. So they can accept Prabhupada as a Shiksha Guru and start offering until they become eligible to accept ISKCON Guru. Is that make sense, Mother?
Yes, Prabhuji. When I went Nepal for 1 month. We went as family, but I put my duties in my daughter's place, and then some people said you should not if they are very new. Some people had that doubt, and even myself I had doubt, because when I brought the deities in my home, I was also not ready to accept, but I really wanted to keep the deities in my house. And sometimes still I am feeling difficulty and struggle to give proper respect to the deities, and then that's for me, Prabhuji. Yeah, and yeah, it's very encouraging, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. And Prabhuji, you were sharing the pastime that Gauridas Pandita had also same pastime, yes?
Yes. So many pastimes are there.
But it's the same kind of pastime, yes, Prabhuji?
Yes. Gauridas Pandita also.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank
It's
you.
very,
Thank
very
you.
encouraging for guidance. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, it's already 9:25. If you could you please provide your email in the chat, so Bhaswati Mataji and Joy Prata Prabhuji, they can send an email with their queries. Is that work, Prabhuji?
Yes, sure.
Please share your email ID, Prabhuji.
They have my WhatsApp. That will be good. I get so many emails. I just don't have time to look at them. I'm sorry, I'm just insignificant. I really have it difficult. They have my WhatsApp, Mother Bhaswati and Jai Prata Prabhu. They can send me the question. Will be good. Sure.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, once again.
Hare Krishna.
To you, and we look forward to your association again and again. Let's pay obeisance to
I
Prabhu.
also want your WhatsApp, Prabhu. Pran Govind, I want your WhatsApp. Lot of things I want to discuss.
I am so happy under the guidance of Pran Govind Das Prabhu. Please, Prabhu.
Haribo.
Hare
How can I get WhatsApp number?
Radhe Radhe.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Radhe